Hey y'all, Rochelle here, and I am back with another video. Welcome to those of you who are new here, and welcome back if you've been here before. Today's video is going to be a lot different from my normal hair and makeup tutorial videos. I'll be taking you guys out of the country with me to Costa Rica and sharing my experience there. Please bear with me on the format of this video. I didn't really intend on doing a vlog until I got back, so there's a couple of clips missing, but I'm going to try to tie it all together. So let's jump right in. The first thing that we did was take a trip to Walmart. Walmart was like maybe 20 minutes away from the airport. We decided to go to Walmart because we were going to be away from the city, and where we were, it was far from everything. So we got some stuff to cook, we got some stuff to snack on, for the times that we would be in the house. Now this is the house. I think it was absolute dream. It looked way better than the pictures. Now we stayed in a location called Bajamar, Costa Rica. It was down a long, bumpy, unpaved road. It was about 40 minutes out from the nearest main street, so we were pretty ducked off. Now this is the entrance of the house. Like I said, it was an absolute dream. It was so big. It actually had 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. 3 bathrooms actually. Everything was newly renovated. It definitely was a vibe. I love that tub, and it also had a shower in that bathroom. This was the master bedroom on the first floor, and it led out to the pool, the backyard area. Now, as far as it being so far away from everything, I don't know if I would have done that a second time. When I initially did my research, I did see that everything that we wanted to do was going to be far away from each other. I knew we didn't want to be in San Jose. It was either going to be in the mountains or by the beach. I regret choosing the beach only because I live in Miami and there's beaches everywhere, so it wasn't really anything new. But I ultimately chose this location because it wasn't going to be too far away from the airport when it was time to pay for transportation there and back. Speaking of transportation, we opt out of getting a rental car because of the research that I did. Everyone was saying that like a lot of the roads were unpaved and pretty bumpy. And I also seen one TikToker with a bus tire, and a complete stranger had to change their tire because it was a group of girls and no one knew how to change a tire. And I was like, oh no honey, like we're not doing that. So we decided to pay for transportation the entire way, and that definitely got expensive. I think we paid like at least $600 or $700 for transportation on this trip, maybe even more. I'm not gonna lie, like I would have to do the actual calculation. But aside from the price, my phone barely worked on a lot of these back streets, so I don't know if I would have even been able to get around if I had drove. So definitely didn't regret not getting a rental car. Now here, as you can see, we're about to go horseback riding, and he pulled out like a brown horse, but as you can see, my outfit was cute and I wanted my horse to match my outfit, so I said, can I have a white horse please? And he gave me a white horse, but I should have just stuck with the first horse because girlie was slow. Like, oh my god, I was behind everyone the entire time on the trail because he kept having to like give her encouragement just to keep going. And then I felt bad because then he told me that she was older, and I was like, oh my god, like I could have just kept the other horse. But aside from that, I really did enjoy the horseback riding. The trail in its entirety was about 35 to 40 minutes. The views were impeccable. You were able to see the volcano from every angle. And we also went through the rainforest, but I didn't get any videos of that. I really was just enjoying the walk. Now this is a hanging bridge. We were on our way to a waterfall. This is in the same location as the horseback riding, and it was nice. I would give it like maybe a 6 out of 10 as far as waterfalls go. We got some really cool pictures. We got to get in the water. The water was super cold, of course, but we enjoyed ourselves because it was so early. We were the only ones there for the waterfall and the horseback riding, so it was like a nice little private time. Our concierge made it a point to always get to every location super early, so most of the excursions we did, we were either a small group or by ourselves, but it was really nice. And he did a lot of our pictures and he did a lot of our videos, so that was also nice to have someone there the whole time. In addition, he's the one that picked us up from the airport. He took us on all of our excursions and he acted as transportation to everywhere that we wanted to go. That was a plus because, like I said, our phones really did not work outside of the house. So without him, I'm not sure how we would have gotten around. But yeah, these are the hanging bridges going back to the road, the main road, to where we were having lunch. So right there we have salad, rice, chicken, beans, and then for dessert we actually got one of these little ice creams. They were really good. The food, I would say, was like a 6 out of 10, but that ice cream, baby, that was a 10 out of 10. I love ice cream and that definitely scored high on my list. So after lunch, we did go down to the volcano area. So this is Miravalles volcano and we are inside the crater. And so the smell there, it was very distinct. Our tour guide said that it was the sulfur from the volcano. Yeah, I don't know how to explain any of this. Here he tried to explain a little bit, so I'm gonna let you guys hear what he was saying about the minerals in the mud.
Everything here, nothing is contaminated here.
How do we know?
No, it's a volcano. How you contaminate here? What do you drop in the volcano?
I don't know. How does the volcano make this?
It's minerals. This is minerals.
So yeah, I'm almost positive that didn't help with any of the explanation because I was just as confused when he started talking. But apparently all of the mud is made from minerals and it is good for your skin, like eczema, any other skin conditions like psoriasis. It also exfoliates dead skin. It's good for joint and muscle pain, and it's also good for arthritis. I will say that the bath floor was definitely disgusting. I did not like the way it felt. It was super slimy and it felt like a bunch of like junk under there, but the overall experience was great. Once we got out, we stayed like this for 15 minutes and then we washed it off, and I can definitely say my skin was baby smooth. It definitely could have been my imagination, but I'm going to choose to believe it worked. But overall, it was a relaxing experience and I would definitely do it again. I want to try the one where you can actually sit in the mud, but this was great too. So after the mud bath, we took a dip in one of the hot springs. This one was fairly warm. It wasn't too hot. I actually originally planned this trip for January, so it would have been nice to experience the hot springs in the winter, but it was still enjoyable. These were more hot springs. One was actually cold, another was medium temperature, and the other one was hot. And so by the exit, they had these creative showers. So we took a little rinse and that concluded the day.
Touch it.
We are so childish, but yeah. So after that, we took our hour-and-a-half drive back to the house, and on the way we stopped at this corner store for a couple of snacks. I ended up getting an ice cream sandwich and a white chocolate Snickers. That was my first time trying that and it was really good. We made our drinks once we got back to the house and we sat by the beach and watched the sunset. The beach was not that clean by the house, but it was still a vibe. And so yeah, that's me having my drink, and you can see our house right there in the back. And then once the sun finally set, we went inside and started on our dinner. We made pork chops, we did gravy, white rice, and corn. Then after dinner, we went outside and sat by the pool.
It's crazy. I just seen that big ass car.
Unfortunately, I don't have any footage from the next day, but we mostly just stayed at the house and relaxed in the pool. That night, though, we did go to dinner in Jaco, a neighboring city. We went to dinner at a restaurant called Coco Gastro Bar. I found it on TikTok. The food was actually really good. It probably was the best plate that I had while in Costa Rica. We got teriyaki chicken with white rice, and I had broccoli and zucchini as well. The drinks were kind of watered down, and it had pomegranate seeds, so it wasn't that great. Because with every sip, you had to spit out a seed, and so it was like more seed than drink. It just was a mess. After dinner, we hit a cute little nightclub called the Orange Pub. The ambiance was great. There was great customer service. The drinks were okay. The only thing is it was completely empty. It was really just me and my friend there. But we know how to have a good time by ourselves, so we chilled there for a while. Then we hit the next spot called Ecstasy. It was pretty much the same thing in there. It was only us two and maybe like two other tourists, but we had a great night. We still drank. This club was actually giving out free drinks all night, so they were obviously going to be watered down, but free is free, so we were not complaining. And that was pretty much the end of that night. We had to take it in early because we had to get up early the next morning. We woke up at about 4 a.m. and we took a 3-hour drive up to La Fortuna where the mountains are. We ended up getting a day pass at a resort called Los Logos Hotel and Spa. Now, I originally wanted to get a day pass at another resort called Tabacon, but unfortunately they were all out of day passes. So if you are looking to do that resort, I would suggest to book your day passes in advance. I'm not really a planner. I usually just like to go with the flow, but that was one instance where I was kind of upset. This resort though was actually really good because they offered the day pass with zip lining and this Tarzan swing that was so much fun. It was probably my best zip lining experience just because of the beauty of the rainforest. This was the resort. After the zip lining, we got changed into our swimsuits and we were able to have access to the entire resort. That included a pool with a bar, so we sat by the pool, got a couple of drinks. The pricing actually was not bad at all. The daiquiris I believe was 12 or 13 bucks, and then we ended up getting a pineapple and that was about 16 or 17 bucks, which wasn't that bad. For food, we kept it simple and got a couple of burgers. They were really good. These are actually really cool. I had never seen or experienced these before. So here I am trying it out. It basically was like a massage chair but with water jets. And here's 3 more examples of the thermal pools that they had to offer. Each one had a different temperature as well. Now after this, we were supposed to go to another waterfall in the Areno volcano in La Fortuna, but it started thundering and lightning. I didn't get any footage, but it was really bad. So we waited around for an hour and it didn't look like it was going to slow up. So we just headed back home, which totally sucked because we traveled 3 hours to La Fortuna and I just feel like we didn't get a chance to actually see it. So I do regret not going to the waterfall first. I feel like that should have been the first priority, but all in all, we still had a good time at the resort. Even though it rained for the rest of that day, the following day it was nice and sunny for our catamaran tour. The company that we went with was Costa Cat. Our tour guide recommended it. It was $145 per person and it was an all-day excursion. There was a 45-minute ride to Tortuga Island. And you guys, on the way, we seen so many dolphins. I had never seen that many dolphins together. And it was so cool. Look at that baby dolphin. So cute. The best part was that we got free drinks the entire time we were on the island, but they were kind of watered down, so we just kept going back for more. I think I had like 5 to 7 cups, I ain't even gonna lie. After downing a couple of drinks, we went snorkeling. And that was pretty cool. And then we had lunch, which was actually really good. It was chicken, yellow rice, salad, and nachos. After lunch, we went on the hike, which was not a good idea. I was so full and tired, but I still enjoyed it. We seen the deers that you seen on the last clip, but it wasn't really much to see. I mean, it looked like a backyard, to be completely honest, but this was the view at the top. And it also included a banana boat, which it kind of felt like a group jet ski. I don't know if you guys ever seen a banana boat. That was my first time seeing it, but I did not get any footage of it, which kind of sucked. But I was kind of a little toasted by that point, so I didn't really care about recording. Other than that, we pretty much just chilled on the beach and danced and laughed, and it was a vibe. And overall, I think it was a really good day. On the way back, it was really windy and raining, but it was really the storm before the calm, because look at this sunset. It was absolutely breathtaking. After the catamaran, we showered and changed at the drop-off location. Then we drove about 30 minutes to Jaco, where we had dinner at a pizzeria. I think it was called Inferno. Now, it was really cute, which is why we went there, but not gonna lie, the food was not that great. I got a cheesesteak panini, and it was not cheesy at all. It was hella dry, and the bread was hella burnt. And speaking of burnt, my friend pizza was super burnt. Hers was really thin, so it made it worse. But I will say my drink and dessert was good. After dinner, we ended back up in Ecstasy, where it was still completely empty, as you can see. But like I said, we always have a good time, so we loaded up on free drinks and headed to the pub, where this time it was actually people there. I think it had to be like some type of group vacation going on. It was like over 100 people from the same party there, and they were actually all black. So I think they brought their own DJ, because they were playing all like hip hop and reggaeton and Afro beats. It was a vibe. Like, we had so much fun on our last night. And so yeah, that pretty much wraps up this video, guys. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Again, I apologize for how choppy this vlog was. I did the best that I could with the footage that I had. But if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'll be sure to answer them as best as I can. Bye.